welcome. We are going to be joined by Janae today, one of our past students who in a year after working with us was able to increase her net worth by over $70,000, okay? I am so freaking excited to share her story with you guys. So I'm just gonna go ahead and add Janae on right now. This is always my least favorite part. I don't know why they don't allow you to add the person before you start so that you can be like prepared, you know? Okay, inviting. And I hope this works because you know what? Last time I had this issue where you guys could all see the person that I was on the live with and then I couldn't see them. And I am like selecting her name right now, saying invite, and it's not clicking. This is so stupid. Give me a second, guys. I always have technical difficulties. Nay. 15. Let's go. It disappeared. Is she invited? This is so strange. Why does this happen every time? This is so strange. It's not letting me invite her. And of course, cool. Janae, are you on here right now? Just scrolling to see if she's on here. Oh, there she is. Janae, can you request to join the live? There we go. Why is it not letting me add her? Go live with Janae.
Holy, I was so, I like get so stressed. You know me, and I'm like somebody that needs to plan. And the fact that I cannot add you to the live before we actually go live gives me so much anxiety. So I'm like, everyone is watching me just struggle with technology, and my heart's racing.
The email before, I was like, this is my first live. I'm not sure if I'll know the logistics of how to get added on, but we did.
No, thank you. You're the best. I appreciate you so much. And I appreciate you coming in to join us, to talk to everybody about all of your successes. I love that we've been able to stay in touch even after you graduated from the program and just continue to watch you thrive and just absolutely freaking kick ass. So guys, this is Janae. She went from wondering what if to being able to plan when, okay? Through our program, she was able to negotiate a $12,480 a year raise. That's amazing. She opened her first high yield savings account and utilized the buckets within the high yield savings account to organize her goals. She fully funded a 6-month emergency fund. It is now working towards 12 months. She increased her credit score about 200 points. 200 points, let's go. She opened up a Roth IRA and she maxed it out. She opened up a regular brokerage account for her early retirement goals to pay her future self first. She found a side hustle that has doubled her income, okay, and increased her net worth by $70,000 in less than 1 year, and it is still growing. Janae, let's freaking go!
Thank you.
I love this for you.
Thank you. I'm so excited, and I'm so appreciative. That's the number one thing I wanted to get on here, and so excited to speak with you. Obviously, this is all amazing, but it wouldn't have happened if I didn't come across your videos and I didn't get into your program. And I just want to first and foremost say I'm very, very extremely grateful for you and the entire program you created.
Oh, thank you. I am so grateful for you because you know what? Not only did you join, but you showed up. You did the work. You got gritty. When things didn't go 100% as planned, you didn't say, oh shit, this isn't for me. Oh crap, I can't do this. You said, okay, how can I? Right? And that has led you to incredible freaking success. Like you are just on the most amazing path now, and I can't wait to share this story with everyone. For everyone watching and wondering, Janae actually took our 3-month coaching program called the Makin Money Moves method. It's through, if you want to check out more about it after the live, you can go to our link in bio. I believe it's the second link. The first ones are free trainings, and then the second link is actually working with me. And that program is what I designed around the steps that I took to go from $40,000 in debt to a millionaire at 30 years old. We teach you how to save more, make more, and start investing investing so that you can grow your wealth. And Janae is just the prime example of this. So Janae, I wanted to get into more about what your story is. Can you tell everyone a little bit more about yourself, who you are, where you're from, all that fun stuff?
Yes. So my name's Janae. I'm from Southern California, LA County area. Grew up here, born and raised. I was born into an incredible family who I love them, but they have more of like that employee, just mindset. You work, you just save, 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 save. And I was never really taught how to invest or how, we lived well, but we didn't, we weren't super rich, or I always thought, you had to be rich to get rich. And so, I went to school, I worked, I played soccer my whole life. And then I didn't graduate college. I just kind of got into the workforce. And, from there, it was just working to have an income and not really seeing like an end goal to that. And after watching your videos and seeing, everything you were talking about, I just related to. And I was just like, wait, yeah, okay, that does make sense. I want to know more. And it's so crazy because I found you on the internet. And the internet, there's just so much stuff out there. When I was like, okay, I want to know more about this program, but is it real? Is it real? Am I, so many thoughts going into my head. And after I did that, I believe it was like the interview call, I was just like, yes, like this is, let me just take that, leap of faith and step out. And yeah, I've been so excited about life now. And not that I wasn't before, but just, my doors have just been opened up, and there's just, the possibilities are endless now. And it's almost like, I think it's called the red car theory.
Yes.
Maybe?
Yeah.
So where now that I've had, these experience and this mindset shift, and that's one thing that I love about your program. It wasn't just, okay, this is how you do it. There was, no, you have to change your mindset first, which I think is so, so powerful, and why it works. Your program works. But yeah, that red car theory, now it was the fact that I was able to get into this mindset where I got that side hustle / second job that created that incredible income for me. And then now it's just other things, books that I'm coming across reading, and other, just videos. I'm just like immersed in this financial literacy that I got from the program, but now that I'm seeing everywhere, and now I feel, of course, there's so much more I can learn, but I've really built the confidence around knowing what I can do with my money and how to make it work for me, and what my life is going to look like 5, 10, 15, 20 years down the line. And there's so much confidence in that I know I'm going to be wealthy, and I say that in a humble way, but I know I'm going to. I know I'm going to be able to have that and build, for me, it was generational wealth that I want to build, not just for now, but, for the future and for future generations to come. So, yeah, that's just kind of where I came from, that just going in the wheel, just the hamster wheel, and there's really just kind of paycheck to paycheck, not really knowing how to let my money work for me. That concept was so just like profound to me, that okay, yes, you have your 9 to 5 that you work, but how can you make that money work for you, so that eventually you can have the freedom and the time, because it's not about the cars for me, or the the lavish purses and all of that stuff. Like, yeah, cool, that would be nice, but it's more so having the freedom and time. I'm single right now, so I'm not married, I don't have kids yet, but that is a goal of mine, and it is like a dream of mine. And how beautiful it would be to have built a life to where, if I wanted to stay home and take care of my babies, that is what I get to do. And I can do that because I have built this financial stability and wealth first. So that's kind of where I'm at right now.
I love that so much for you. You touched on so many important points. I mean, I think the first thing that I want to touch on is when you just talked about, okay, well, it's not like about the cars and the purses for me, that would be nice. And I think this kind of comes back to like one of the concepts that I teach in the course, which is WPM, or why pay more, right? So it's like, if I can get the same benefit for less, then why pay more for it? So I think a lot of us are going out and we're buying things thinking that we're buying ourselves happiness, right? Because we've created this rule in our mind, okay, buying things equals happiness, having more things equals happiness. And I know I was definitely guilty of this myself when I was in my early 20s, especially because I grew up without a lot of money. As soon as I started getting my own money, I was like, I'm going to treat myself. You know, I get a bonus at work, and immediately my thought is, oh, I'm going to go buy myself those new boots that I always wanted. Or I get, you know, a little bit of a raise, and I'm like, oh, I'm going to go buy that Massage jacket that I always wanted. And I'm always spending this money before I've even actually earned it. And I'm getting these things thinking that it's making my life happier. But the thing is, and I was just writing some content about this, like I wasn't going to bed at night thinking about that new dress that I bought that probably sat in my closet for 6 months with the tag still on it that I forgot about after. I wasn't going to bed being like, oh my God, I love the nails that I just got done at the salon today. I was going to bed being like, holy fuck, my student loans are overwhelming me. How am I ever going to get out of this apartment that I hate so much? How am I ever going to be able to afford to have my wedding? How am I ever going to be able to buy a house? Those were the things that were keeping me up at night. And while I thought I was buying myself happiness by going and like indulging in these things, the reality was I was actually trying to cover up feelings of inadequacy or feelings of sadness that I had from not being 100% content with where I was in life, not realizing that my spending in these areas was actually just exacerbating my issue, right? But I always thought, okay, well, it's not like the one dress that's going to make a difference. It's not the one time I go out to eat that's going to make a difference. And this isn't saying that you can't have those things, that you can't, if you truly value going out to eat, if you truly value, you know, fashion and new clothes and whatever, not saying that you can't have those things, but we need to understand the trade-off costs and the opportunity costs, because while money is abundant and we can always get more, there's a limit to what we can do with the physical dollars we have in our possession right now. And when it comes to investing, a dollar today is worth more than a dollar tomorrow. Right? So the more money that we can put away right now, the better we can lock in our financial future. And then we can actually have those things without having to work for it. So that's the stage that I've gotten to now, right? Yeah. And I wouldn't say that I sacrificed in my 20s. Did I work hard? Yes. Did I save a lot of money? Did I invest? Did I make that my priority? Yes. I still traveled. I still shopped. I still ate out. But I did it in a way that made sense, where there was balance with the other things that I wanted and making those other things a bigger priority. So now that I have, you know, built out my investments, like I'm looking at buying a new car. I have a $5 million net worth and I still drive a Kia. You know what I mean? And it's like, people are like, you can't be rich because you drive a Kia. It's like, no, that's part of the reason why I am wealthy, is because I didn't spend all of my money. Instead of spending my money on things that were just going to continue to take money out of my life, I spent my money on assets to provide me with that cash flow. And now I can get all those things that I want. I can start upgrading my lifestyle without having to work to pay for it. Like, that's the fucking dream. You don't want to go into debt to buy these things, because then you are just constantly on the hamster wheel. Like you said, you've already sold tomorrow's dollar. You've already sold your time in the future. You don't own your life at that point anymore, right? So I think that is so important. And then the other part that you talked about, which was the red car theory, which is something I talk about a lot, kind of nuanced throughout the program, which is, if you're always looking for a red car, you're always going to find a red car. And I know it is so easy, again, because I was there myself. If you are unhappy with where you are and you feel like you're never going to be able to change your financial situation and you feel like everything is shit, okay, you're only going to see the ways that things are shit and you're never going to be able to change and you're never going to be able to X, Y, and Z. Okay, but when you start reprogramming the way that you look at things to look for opportunities instead of challenges. Like if I said to you right now, okay, Janae, I want you to max out your Roth IRA. You're like, yeah, sure, no problem. I can do that. And if I can't do that right now, I'm going to figure out a way. If I had said that to you 2 years ago, maybe you would have been like, what the fuck, Nicole? There's absolutely no way that I can do that. Right? We would have found a challenge. We would have been like, oh, well, there's this and there's this and there's this, instead of being like, okay, but how can I? Right? How can I? It is possible, right? If somebody has done it before, it technically is possible. So how do I work it out for my own personal situation? And that's what we really try to help you do in the program, is build that personalized roadmap to success.
Yes. Yeah. One thing that you mentioned that I absolutely loved about your program was a lot of people think, okay, I'm ready to change my finances. We're going 0 to 100. We're not, I'm not eating out. I'm not doing this and this. It's so strict. And it's like when people go and want to change their diet or fitness, it's the same thing. If you go 0 to 100, it's not sustainable. So the fact that you taught us how to spend our money based on our values, and first we have to know what our values are, and then from there you see, and I remember you saying one thing, and I don't remember if it was one of your videos or in one of our calls, but you said about your car. You said I didn't spend a lot of money on my car, but I did spend a lot of money on my home, because home is where I'm at. I work from home. My kids are, your kids are there. That is what you value, and so you'll spend more money on that. And it was just a really profound concept to me, because that's so right. When we do get money, it's like, oh, I have all this money, like let me go shopping, let me go out and get all this new makeup. But you're right, is that really something that I'm going to value? Yes, it's going to give me that hit of dopamine for a second, but after that it's just going to go away. So learning to spend my money on what I value, and put money to my future self first has like just changed everything. It's just how I have that lens on when I'm spending my money. And I think it was a video you did, and I'm so excited to do this, but when I need that hit of dopamine, I just invest. I'm just like, oh, that $50 I was gonna spend on that bathing suit, okay, put it in. I'm gonna put it in the market.
Go and do that, and then look up on a compound interest calculator. Okay, like if I keep doing this once a month, what's this going to be? And then you're going to see that a number. You're like, holy fuck, what, $50 a month will make me $500,000 if I start in my 20s? Like, what? That's crazy. When you actually see, and this is the thing. So I posted this video yesterday or the day before, the one where my audio was completely fucked and it made me so angry. My voice didn't match up with the video. But anyways, basically was talking about this girl who was spending money on things, and then she was really upset because she couldn't afford her lifestyle. But then people were calling her out in the comments being like, but you have Botox and you're getting your nails done and you're going on vacations and da da da. What I said is, again, there's nothing wrong with doing those things if those things are truly bringing you happiness. But ultimately, at the end of the day, we need to look at the opportunity cost. So if instead of putting $50 towards going out to dinner, if you put that into your savings or into your investments, what could that actually be? And there are a lot of people in the comments being like, well, it's not going to make a big enough change, so why even do it? Right? Well, me not doing this is not going to buy me a house, so why do it? Okay, sure. Yeah, you not getting Botox is not going to buy you a house. Like, that's not the this or that. But if you're doing something that's not actually aligned with your values and who you want to be and the lifestyle you want to live, right? And you could have put that money somewhere else, what could it have done for you? And these small changes, I was recording a video right now actually about it, where it was like, negotiating your salary. If you made an extra, I think it was $3,000 a year, put that away. Just that could have you retire with $1.5 million. You negotiate your bills and save $200 a month. Just that could give you, I think it was like $1.1 million. Like, people think these small changes don't mean anything, and they're trying to climb this ladder to success where they're thinking, okay, well, I need to get to the first rung, and the first rung's up here. No, dude, like, you need to, there's small steps create big changes. If you're always waiting for yourself to be able to take a huge fucking leap, you're never going to be able to get there. You're never going to be able to get there. It's going to be impossible for you to try to keep reaching up to here. Otherwise, the other people are going to be here taking these small steps, trying to be 1% better every day, 1% better every day. And then eventually you're getting to this point where these people down here are like, oh, well, how did you do that? And it's like, with these simple, small changes that seem too easy and too good to be true, but over time that compounds and it grows for you, and it can create a different life. Like, imagine, like, you guys watching this, imagine you went in your bank account right now and you had $30,000. You had enough money to pay off your debt. You had enough money to pay off your student loans. You had enough money to put a down payment on a house, whatever it is, like whatever your big goal is right now. If you looked in your bank account and you saw that, what would you feel? What would you feel? Okay. And now I want you to imagine that feeling and compare that to what you're getting when you're going and you're doing something that's not actually aligned with your values. Are you getting that same feeling, that quick dopamine hit that you're getting when you're hitting buy on something you don't really need and you probably don't even really like? Okay. Are you getting that same feeling? Compare that to that, because you can work up to this, that big feeling, right? Because in 5 years, 10 years, 15 years, you're going to look back and you're going to look in your bank account and you're going to have the money to do what it is that you want to do because you started today. Right? And you're going to be able to have that situation. You saving money, investing your money is not a sacrifice, right? A sacrifice is when we give something up and we get nothing in return. Saving money, investing money, that is not a sacrifice because you're getting something better. It is a gift to your future self. You are giving your future self the life that you wish you had right now.
Mm-hmm. Yes. Yeah. And it's like the compound effect works both ways, exactly like you said.
Yeah.
Yes, those little individual daily habits are not going to show within a week and 2 weeks, but over time, you're either going to be up here, you're going to be down here.
Exactly.
I want to be up here, you know? So all of those little habits and goals and really mindset shifts. And again, talking about the program was, I loved it because I love to learn. I didn't graduate college, but I love to learn. And so I felt like the program, the way that you designed it was like I was in, it was like a school program, but one that probably gave me more knowledge and everything that I needed than any other like school class I've ever taken. But it was through the modules learning the mindset stuff first, because you can get all of the, you know, nuts and bolts of how to invest and how to save and stuff, but if your mindset hasn't shifted, it's not gonna, you know, it's not gonna come together. It's not gonna work out. So I was just grateful for that, of how you just engineered everything. I think it was just so perfect. And
thank you.
yeah, it really was. And I really could tell like how much time and energy you put into creating it, with all of the videos, with all of the sheets and homework, and everything we had to do. Yeah, it was just, yeah, honestly, just changed my life in a you know, not exaggerating, but in a, you know, it just really did. And I'm just excited because yeah, now I have the game plan, you know, now I have the game plan. And just moving forward, we're just going to keep going, making those habits and keep going up and up. And one thing that I do want to say, because I think I sent my list like a month ago.
Sorry, my phone was starting.
Oh, it's okay. I think I sent my list a month ago. So the side hustle / like second job that I had, I actually quit like 2 weeks ago, but that was because it wasn't aligning with myself. So I just wanted to throw that out there. But it was the fact that I was so comfortable being like, this does not align with me anymore. I'm going to separate from it, and having the confidence and like, I know I'm going to find something else. I know something else is going to come, you know, and I'm going to get that income back, and I'm going to, you know, probably even something better. But it's just, again, that you know, that mindset that no matter what's going to happen, I'm going to figure it out. I'm going to figure it out, and I'm going to keep going. And I think every single time just something happens, or going through life, having that mindset shift, it's like, I just can't go back, you know? I just can't go back. What I've learned, I know, now I know.
Because you have that foundation now too, right? You're like, okay, well, I have, you know, shit hits the fan. I have an emergency fund, no problem. My retirement is taken care of. My, like, all of these things, like, this is taken care of. So, like, if something doesn't feel aligned, you don't have to stay at a crappy job or with a crappy boss or with something that doesn't feel good to you, right? You start having choices. You start having freedom. Money to me is not like a currency. Money is freedom. Money is choice. Money is safety. Money is security. And I talk about this a lot, but like, you know, they say Maslow's hierarchy of needs. You have like food and shelter and da da da. You can't, to me, money in a capitalist society, money is at the very fucking base of that, right? You need money to be able to get food and safety and shelter and water and all those things. And then, you know, getting your physiological needs met, like all of those things. You can't do any of that without money. So money maybe isn't everything, but everything takes money. And I think going back to what you said about, you know, the way that we designed the program, 100% it was a labor of love. It was a labor of love. My husband did not see me, you know, I would have, because I had Liam at the time. So he was like maybe 1, and every time he would be napping, I'd be in there working on it, and then he'd go to bed at like, you know, 6, 7 o'clock at night, and I'm working on that till like 1 o'clock in the morning. And it was just But it was so amazing because the way that I designed it was, yes, off of like I had a rough outline of what I wanted to do and what I wanted to teach based on my own experience. But then what I actually did is I first worked one-on-one with students. And so I really got to know them and what their struggles were and what their goals were and all these kind of things. And I was able to, going through the program, see, okay, this is what I had designed, but does this actually work for this specific situation? And how can I change this? And how can I make sure that people are getting the best results possible? And how can I move things around? Like I actually, there's the financial and diet module is in the beginning of the program now. It was not there before. And before I used to just start with mindset. The reason why I moved that to the beginning is because I realized from like a motivation, discipline kind of perspective is I need to give you what you want first, then give you what you need, right?
Yeah.
Everybody needs the mindset. And the people that are like, I don't need the mindset, they're always the ones that need the mindset the most because they don't see where these things are coming from, right? And that's totally okay because I was there myself, right? But it's that introspection. And people were not ready for that just coming in. So I was like, okay, no, I'm going to do the financial and diet first. We're going to give them these quick wins. We're going to show them easily how to make more money,
Yeah.
how to save more money, start figuring out like what's going on, start putting a game plan in place, and then get into the mindset of, okay, when you know what you're supposed to do, why don't you do it? Right? What is actually holding you back? What money rules have you created for yourself that are putting you in the situation you're in right now? And how do we rewrite those to help you get success? How do we stop you from getting in your own way? And a lot of times, like people are like, oh, well, I don't need the mindset because I know da. The mindset stuff is like subconscious. Like it's not something you're actively thinking about. You're not going out to the store and being like, I'm stressed, I'm going to go buy something. It's just kind of this like natural reaction where you're like, okay, when I'm stressed, I try to make myself feel better. So I go to the store and I do this. So it's about how do we rewrite that and then help you remove yourself from that situation so that it's not happening anymore, so that you're able actually to, when you learn the tactic, like how to invest and how to pay down your debt and how to save more money, it becomes effortless, right? And it becomes really easy for you to be able to take those next steps because you're not having to will yourself into it. You're not having to force yourself to do something that you don't truly want to do.
Yeah, that's so true. That's good. Yeah, just the way that you designed everything was, I mean, me, when I didn't graduate college, but when I was a psych major. So the mindset stuff, I
Okay, so
love.
you're like, I love this.
I love it. I love it. Yeah. But I think it's so important. I think it's so important to know and shift, how your brain thinks about money and how, we were taught about money growing up. Money doesn't grow on trees, the main one that I learned or that I was taught. But yeah, just everything. I'm just very appreciative of everything that I've been able to accomplish since the program, the calls that we've been able to be on. I loved the coaching calls, but I also love the mindset calls. Just everything came together and it just shifted my whole perspective on life and money and what I was able to accomplish. I didn't mention this, before in my story, but maybe like a year and a half ago before I started the program, I was in a relationship where it was the first time, I guess, that I was with someone who had a lot of money. And me being blind, I thought he was taking care of everything, not seeing the red flags of him as a person. And so I stayed in that situation a little longer than I guess I should have. And a lot of it was, well, he's taking care of everything financially. Like I'll be taken care of kind of thing. And this goes for any woman who, have been in the situation or, just don't ever want to be in the situation. After I left that, I knew that I never wanted to feel like that again.
Yeah,
And
I'm so
so
sorry.
And so when I came across the program, it was just the perfect opportunity for me to learn about my own finances. Because how many times does it happen in life when a woman, wants to stay home with the kids, but doesn't have her own finances going and, something happens in the relationship and, she hasn't been in the workforce for 15, 20 years, but then now, she's having to fend for herself, doesn't have any nest egg or anything on her own. So I knew that, yes, I do plan to be married and I do want to have that family unit. But I also want to know that if anything did happen, that I have stuff that I've built, and that I'm taking care of and that I can take care of my children if anything were to happen. So that was definitely very important to me and a big, big why. as to why I think I pushed myself to be successful through the program and to really give it my all, was because I have that why. And even when I work now, I was working 60 hours a week. It's crazy.
Yeah.
My schedule was insane, but I have that why of my future family, of having that freedom and that time. So I'm very grateful. Yeah.
And I think, do we have to work 60 hours a week to get ahead? No, but if you're somebody who has really big aspirations where you want to retire early and you want to build wealth very quickly, right? Maybe we need to get a little bit grittier, right? This isn't to say that you need to do this. We have lots of people that have gone through the program that continue working their 9 to 5. They're working their 40 hours a week. They're building wealth. They're getting ahead. They're on their own timeline. I was like you, where I was like, I want it all now. I want it all now. So at one point I literally had 3 jobs, and I worked a corporate office job. I worked in a real estate office on the weekends. And then I also sold real estate. I was doing all 3 of those. And was it crazy? Yes. But it also gave me that foundation to people are like, well, you hit millionaire status at 30 years old. I'm financially free in my 30s. I did the grinding and the hard thing then, so that I don't have to do it anymore after this, right? I'm at a point where if I don't want to work, I don't have to. And it's a beautiful place to be. It's not realistic for everyone. 100% it's not realistic for everyone. Not everyone wants to work that much. Not everybody cares about being financially free in their 30s. And again, it's going to come back to what actually is, matters to you and what makes the most sense for your personal situation. But I think if you're in that mindset of I'm single, I don't have kids, I have time to grind, and I'm happy to do it, and I know that I'm doing this for my future self, then I love that for you. And I think that that is so great. Just make sure you're not getting into a point where you're burning yourself out and then feeling regretful for anything. Make sure you maintain that balance. That would be my only, even while I was doing all of that, I still made sure that I had some semblance of balance in my life so that I could enjoy my life.
Definitely. Still. No, yeah, that's definitely very true for me. And even after these last, I think it's been a week and a half, maybe a week and a half-ish since I, left that other job, and I still work my 8 to 5,
Yep.
But I felt like I was free in a way, just more freedom, I have my weekends and my time, and I've been able to, my values are my family and my friends and, my faith. And so being able to invest that time now, into that, has been just amazing, so I totally understand when working hard, there's there's nothing bad about that, but definitely making sure that to have time for what I value most. Yes, I do see the future, but money is, and we need it, but I also need those relationships and everything that I value.
Exactly. And that's why I think balance is so important. And I think there's going to be different, it's not always going to be 100% balanced, right? Sometimes it's going to be, okay, I'm focused on making money, and I'm focused on career mode, and I'm focused on this right now. And then there will be different seasons in your life. Maybe if you get pregnant or you have kids, right, where you're okay, I did that, and that was my season at that time. And now this is my season where I've taken a step back from that, but you get to enjoy the fruits of your labor. And you're okay, now I have the capacity to actually stay home with my kids and not have to worry about money or any of those things because of the ways that I set myself up for success beforehand. And then maybe your kids are in school and you're okay, you know what? Now is the time that I want to ramp that back up again, right? And that's amazing. And I think people think that it has to be all or nothing, black or white. You're either all in or you're all out. And I don't think it has to be that way. Again, there's different seasons in your life and different times where different things are going to be a different priority, and that's okay. When we have our goals, we're working towards our goals, but the plan may change, right? As time goes on, the plan may change, and that's okay too. Your plan should change because you as a person are going to change. You may say, okay, I'm investing for, retirement, and this is what my retirement's going to look like, and I'm doing that right now. And then in 10, 15 years, you're a completely different person. You can't be oh, no, I have to do this because it's not set in stone, right? You're able to, and you should be changing it and amending it to work with what's happening in your life. But what you are doing right now and focusing on front loading those investments, that is going to be so powerful for you because of, the time value of money and the way that compound interest works. that a dollar today is worth more than a dollar tomorrow. So everything, like, this is why I think I talk about a lot the $100,000 being the golden goose. Like if you can get $100,000 invested by your like mid-30s, that can lock in your millionaire status in your lifetime without you ever having to invest or save another dollar, because you were able to get that lump sum so early on. Then that can just grow and compound for you. So that's actually called Coast-Fire. And it's such an incredible place to be because you know your future is taken care of. So then you actually have the capacity to spend more or work less today because you're like, I no longer have to save or invest for my future. My future is good. And now I get to just enjoy myself right now. So that was like what I was initially aiming for when I saved my first 100K by 25. I was like, hey, I'm front loading these investments, right? Putting that all in here, that can grow for me. Know my future is taken care of. And now every dollar on top of that I save or invest just gets me to that financial freedom sooner.
Yeah. Yes. That is the goal.
I love it.
And I'm on my way there. I'm excited to say I'm on my way there.
You're doing so great. You have been so amazing. And I just love every time you reach out to me and we're talking in the DMs and you're keeping me updated on all of your wins and stuff. And like, I love when all of our past students do that. And that's why Janae and I were talking. I was like, we have to have you on a live because you have just shown up, like just the way that you have just been in like a relentless pursuit of your goals. Like, I think that that is so admirable. You should be so proud of yourself, right? Not only did you say, I want to learn this stuff, but you said, I'm going to learn this stuff and then I am going to implement everything into my life and I am going to make my happiness that top priority and I'm going to do what it takes to get me to that dream life that I want to have. And I just think you need to congratulate yourself on that because that is so huge. That determination, right? And that discipline, that is so huge. You didn't just like wait for motivation. You allowed yourself to be disciplined with your goals. And I love that for you. And you've done such incredible things. And I just wanted to thank you so much for, coming into our program, showing up here on the live, sharing your story with everyone. And I can't wait to have you back for the Income Multiplier program.
So excited.
I'm so excited.
Yes, I can't wait. I'm so grateful. I had the drive, I had everything. I'm not afraid to work hard, but your program gave me the vehicle in which I was able to learn everything and just feel so confident, especially as a woman, to say that I'm financially literate. I understand things. A while ago I put into like crypto, not knowing anything, just listening to someone, and lost so much money. And now I never do that. Even people who ask me, who I've shared you with, that I've learned, how to invest, and they'll be like, show me how. Like, I can show you, but I don't put anything into it until you understand it yourself. I want you to understand 100%. What it is you're doing with your money. So to say that I feel so confident in putting my money into my investments just makes me my shoulders, kind of go back a little bit, just throw my hair back, it's just such a good feeling. And so, yes.
Confidence, right? I feel it from you. You're like, yeah, I have my financial shit together. Yes, I am confident about my money and my financial future. You're fucking glowing. Yes. Love that for you.
Thank you. Yes, I'm so excited to be in Income Multipliers and just to continue this journey. And again, words can't express how grateful I am, how much gratitude I have for you and the work that you put in to create this incredible program. And I just want to say that when I reached out to you, I don't know when it was, how many months ago, but it was months after I ended the program. And when I messaged you, I expected, like a reply, but I know you're so busy, but you replied so fast. And not only did it wasn't a quick little like message, you sent me audio message, so the fact that you were still there, still there for me. I don't even know what, like 8-9 months after I graduated the program was so amazing. So I can just feel your heart in what you do, and I'm very appreciative.
Cry.
Yes, I'm very grateful.
Oh, thank you. Honestly, it's like you were saying before, there's a lot of weird people on the internet, 100%. Like, there are some weird freaking people on the internet, and I want you guys to be cautious about what you're doing. And I think that's part of what makes it so hard to be in this space is there's just so many disgusting people that are creating a bad name for the people who are actually trying to do good by everyone. Like, I truly want everyone who comes in to succeed. Like, anytime anybody asks a question in the group, it's like, it's not good for my mental health or my husband, but I am like on it. If I see something, I'm like, this question's been waiting for me for an hour. Justin's like, it's Saturday. Like, you know, you can answer them. I'm like, no, this person's I have to go right now. It's like, and they need the answer to the question immediately. And like, God, so I, again, probably not great for my like mental health or work-life balance, but I just so want everyone to succeed and to get all the information they need and to get all of the support that they need to be able to take that next, to get to that next level, because I have seen what this can do. Like, guys, like these students, and this is why I love doing these lives, because I know it's easy. Like every single one of those student success stories on our webpage is a real person, is a real thing that they wrote. I didn't ask them to write that. They came through, they were like, holy shit, left this incredible review. And I'm like, you know, can we share this on our website? Da, da, da. It's amazing. You go through these and you're like, holy shit, like this doesn't even seem real. Even I look at it and I'm like, oh my God, like, you know that it works because it worked for me. I've seen it work for other people, but just every time that I see someone else winning, it's just like, oh, I get so fucking excited for them, because this, again, money isn't everything, but it truly creates that foundation for you to be able to have all those other things that you want in your life. And I just, again, thank you. I'm sorry. I'm just like, I get emotional. I love it so much. And I just appreciate you guys so much. And thank you for coming on here and sharing your story. Any final words?
I mean,
To put you on
for
the
anyone
spot,
who's
it's really
still
awkward.
watching, yeah, no, for anyone who's still watching, honestly, there's just, you're capable. I just want to say that you're capable. No matter what situation you're in at this moment, you're capable of changing. I think I had posted something on my story a while ago. It's like, you're not a tree. You can move, you know, no matter where it is that you're at. No matter if you think it's too late for you. I know we talk about like 20s and 30s, but even if you're a little bit older, it's never too late to learn, you know, and to get that knowledge and to change your financial future and your family's future, you know.
Yeah.
So yeah, again, just this program changed my life, and incredibly grateful. And just honestly, just want to say the best is yet to come. So yeah,
I
thank
love
you so
that.
much.
I love that. The best time to plant a tree was 20 years ago. The second best time is right now. Let's freaking go.
Yes, thank you so much, Nicole. I appreciate
Okay.
you.
Thank you. Appreciate you too. Bye,
Okay,
everyone. Have an awesome day.
bye.
Take care.